Hello,
Hello, sir. Good morning.
good morning. Uh, Today we'll start.
Yes,
Sridhar,
sir. Yes, sir.
any other participants? How many of you
One
joined?
more is there, sir.
Okay. You are able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, sh- Good morning to all of you. Good morning, Sridhar. Good morning.
Good morning.
Audible, right? Sridhar, audible? Hello. Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, you remember I have given an assignment on child pornography. I have requested all of you to see what is child pornography, what is its impact on society, how child pornography affects child of age 12 to under the age of 13 very seriously. Friends, child pornography is a serious internet addiction. Youth, before attaining the stage of youth, they first go through the child stage, as all of you are aware, and all of you have come from the child stage. In that teen age, the children has to be treated properly. So they have to be tuned up properly so that they grown up and live in a healthy manner. But today, due to the advent of different uh, way of doing the cyber crimes, children, especially at the age of teen, are getting diverted. I had also spoken to you when I had some classes. In that, I also shared you the child pornography is a serious problem, and 30% of the children who are at the age of 12 to 17 are facing the problem of pedophiles. They are those who involved in child pornography. In a social networks like myspace.com, you can see the problems of the children, and today internet has become a tool through which they will take the child and convert them into addictors, and eventually they become pedophiles. The youths in the country, children in the country, if they turn into pedophiles with the internet addiction, they become useless. Therefore, across the global, more than 97 countries have made leg- legal legislatures with respect to avoiding child pornography. Today, we will look at what is the stand of Indian government with respect to the child pornography. How IT Act opposes, tries to control child pornography. What is the impact on society because of this child pornography? And then, as an IT professional, you please think of how to give solution to the child pornography using the information technology tools. These are the total objectives of today's class. I will take you to the different informations. This picture shows the child pornography effect on a child. Government defines child pornography. It brings digital or computer generated content under it. This is an article published in the paper. You can access to this article, and this is the website or URL in which you will get the information. Any sexual explicit digital or computer generated content involving children will come under the purview of child pornography. According to a new definition proposed by the government in a bid to convey the message of zero tolerance towards it. In the proposed changes in the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act, that we call it as POCSO Act, the Women and Child Development Ministry has defined child pornography and enhanced the punishment for its possession and distribution. This is the action taken by the government of India. According to the new definition, child pornography is any visual depiction of sexually explicit conduct involving a child, which includes photograph, video, digital or computer generated image, indistinguishable from an actual child, an image created, adapted or modified but appears to depict a child, is a pornography. The ministry, when Smriti Irani was the minister of the central government, then honorable minister has proposed and took some action, and the ministry has also revised the fines for possessing and distributing child pornography. Fine with the intent to transmit, possesses porn in any form but fail to delete or destroy it, at least rupees 5,000 for first offense and rupees 10,000 for repeated offenders. The upper limit of fine has not been set. That means on case to case basis it may be dealt, and a large fine, a huge fine of monetary and also putting them behind the bars for years together may be taken as per the case may be. Fine for any person who transmits or distributes child porn except the ones producing it as evidence in court would face imprisonment of 3 years with the fine. Earlier, the fine for possessing child pornography was between rupees 1,000 to 3,000. Friends, we have to understand the government stand with respect to the child pornography. The modification in the law will address the need for stringent measures against rising fund of child abuse in the country and combat it demands of relatively new kind of crimes, the government said, stressing that the strong penal provisions will act as a deterrent. It intends to protect interest of vulnerable children in times of distress and ensures their safety and dignity. The amendment is aimed at establishing clarity regarding the aspect of child abuse and punishment thereof. So in POCSO Act, there were some amendments brought in section 2, 4, 5, 6, 9, 14, 15, 34, 42 and 45 of Act 2012 were being made to address aspects of child sexual abuse in an appropriate manner. Section 4, 5 and 6 are proposed to be amended to provide option of stringent punishment including death penalty for committing sexual assault and aggravated penetrative sexual assault crime on a child to protect the children from sexual abuse. Therefore, these are the serious actions taken, and we need to aware of these things, because mm, based on this, the certain decisions are taken in the from the framework of IT Act. So for Indians, for India, POCSO Act is also important. The amendments are also proposed in Section 9 of POCSO Act to protect children from sexual offences in terms of natural calamities and other similar situations, and in cases where children are administered in any way, in any hormone or any chemical substance to attain early sexual maturity for the purpose of penetrative sexual assault, the statement said. That means any um, type of drugs, if somebody try to give, use on a child, is also a crime. Section 14 and Section 15 of the POCSO Act 2012 are also proposed to be amended to address the menace of child pornography. It is proposed to levy fine for not destroying or deleting or reporting the pornographic material involving a child with an intention to share or transmit it, the government said. That means if you are not reporting the pornography that is happening somewhere, the pornographic material that is found somewhere, that is also an evidence of cyber crime. We need to be careful. We need to be carefully able to understand different acts and sections in it, so that by innocent also we should not become or treated as supportive to the crime. That's very, very important. Coming to the section 67B of the IT Act, very, very important. You may not able to remember POCSO Act 2012 different sections, but you are expected to remember and write in your examination section 67B of the IT Act, where section 67B of the IT Act specifically provides stringent punishment for publishing, browsing, or transmitting child pornography in electronic forum. Government has taken a number of steps to be implemented by internet service providers to protect children from sexual abuse online. Therefore, internet service providers are also having legal obligations with respect to protecting children from sexual abuse online. You have to remember this point. You may be asked a question in the examination or in the near future, where you are going to join as a cybersecurity professional. What is the role of internet service provider, for example? Child pornography is an illegal act in India. Information Technology Act 2000 and Indian Penal Code Act 2000, sorry, Information Technology Act 2000 and Indian Penal Code 1860 gives protection against child pornography. Child refers to the person who is below the age of 18 years. The internet is being highly used by its abusers to reach and abuse children sexually globally. Child Pornography Prevention Act of 1996 was a United States federal law to restrict child pornography on the internet, including virtual child pornography. So from the last paragraph, you have to understand that CPPA, Child Pornography Prevention Act of United States federal law, was introduced in 1996 to restrict child pornography on the internet, including virtual child pornography, whereas the government of India comparatively taken the steps a little bit late compared to the United States uh, federal law. Okay, so that means we have to quickly learn and try bringing legal sanctity to curb child pornography. Child pornography is a legality of child pornography. Child pornography is illegal in most jurisdictions of the world. It is a global picture I am giving. Almost 97 countries, or more than 97 countries, declared child pornography as illegal and brought in different amendments in their law and brought different acts in the Information Technology Act or the cyber law. Convictions for possessing child pornography also usually include prison sentences, but those sentences are often converted to probation for first time offenders. Some nations, such as Canada and Australia, have laws banning cartoon, animation, manga, or written child pornography, and others require internet service providers to monitor internet traffic to detect it. Storage of pornographic material. The Act penalized the storage of pornographic material. Even in the case of India, the storage of pornographic material for commercial purposes with a punishment of up to 3 years or a fine or both. However, the bill increases it to 3 to 5 years in the case of India. In addition, the bill adds two other offenses for storage of pornographic materials having involved the children. Failing to destroy or delete or report pornographic material involving a child and transmitting, displaying, distributing such material except for the purpose of reporting it. Whenever some forensics investigation happens, the court may ask you to produce some evidences in the electronic form only in such cases for the purpose of reporting. If you are making, transmitting, displaying, or distributing, then only it is exempted. Otherwise, for any other purposes, it is not exempted as per the IT Act 2000. Impact of pornography on children and society. So far, we have understood what is pornography, what is the stand of Indian law, what is the stand of IT Act 2000 or cyber law in India. And now it's a very high time to look at what is the impact of pornography on children and society. Friends, you have to understand these points very clearly. It is to be noted that a pornography is not just a idea of having an entertainment, especially in case of children. It is associated a kind of depression, anger, and anxiety. It can lead to mental distress among children. It also impacts day-to-day functioning of children, their biological clock, their work, and their social relationship. Understanding the effects of pornography on children more detail. We know that children's exposed to pornography has harmful effects of at all ages. Seeing unfamiliar looking bodies engaging in acts that the child cannot comprehend is a confusing and frightening experience for a child or adolescent. Children or adolescents may experience autonomic sexual arousal at the sight of pornography, which can confuse them into thinking they like what they see, when in fact their bodies are reacting instinctively without the approval of their brain. Children and adolescents can become desensitized to pornography exposure, and this can result in acting out sexualized behaviors with other children and engaging in high risk sexual experiences by adolescents. Adults who choose to view adult pornography have an obligation to ensure that children cannot possibly access it, lock up written material, clear browsers, and use every technological resources possible. Use of adult pornography or other sexual explicit materials in a home should never be accessible to children. So, friends, have this information, please explore, try to understand how IT solutions can be provided to avoid, to stop pedophiles, right? So I have given an example URL wherein you can look at how solutions can be given, what technological steps can be taken to avoid children child pornography. I am requesting all my dear students of cybersecurity to go in depth with respect to the pornography. Explore, download different papers, survey papers where they have explained in depth. Even though this information is sufficient with respect to your internal test and main examination, you think of giving the IT solution. This becomes a part of innovative studying beyond the syllabus, and which enables you to look at different types of IT solution to the common problem. In fact, every 20, every students out of 23 may able to come up with a different solution to avoid the child pornography. So based on the law, how a software can impose certain restrictions to avoid, completely stop pedophiles and stop child pornography. I request all of you to once again explore the different possibilities of giving IT solutions. This may be a possible question in your first test or in the examination. I thank all of you for participating in this class. This is a part of the first test, and then again I'll go back to the third module and continue. Friends, watch all videos, motivate your friends to watch all the videos. My YouTube is also available along with the department YouTube, where I am sharing on your WhatsApp. I am sharing not only video, also different materials to motivate you in learning. So please follow up everything. Shortly I'll be sending the assignments, so where you have to answer the multiple choice questions. I will give time for you to answer uh, these questions. Thank you, one and all.